What is up, phenomenal fans? I am back at it again with another video, and I am here with another tier list video. Because if you're going to be one of those super-duper cool YouTube people, then you gotta do a tier list video. I did one of these on the Raw roster. I'll link it up in the iCard. It's floating around up there, hopefully. I'll put that in the iCard. We are here now with the Smackdown roster for 2021. This obviously is recorded after the Raw roster, and the Raw roster was recorded before WrestleMania, before the whole COVID-19 Cuz Part 2, Black Thursday, if you will. I made a video on that one too. I suggest watching that one also. But we are here with the SmackDown roster. I decided to throw in some other people, like we've got Greg Hamilton, Paul Heyman's in there, I think Michael Cole's on there somewhere. I think Corey Graves is actually on there when he's not on SmackDown anymore, but whoops, I kind of forgot. Took this from WWE.com. So we got a number of people. Byron Saxton's there for some reason. I don't know what I was thinking earlier. Pat McAfee's the commentator. He's not even on there. This is according to WWE.com, so people like Commander Aziz, I know your favorite superstar, he's not on there. Then I'm sorry, you can go file a complaint there. But let's get right into this. So I'm doing this basically on what I think of them. I'm not going to do this exactly based on how they're booking. Some people I'll incorporate how they're booked, but for other people, like, we're going to start things off with Aleister Black. And I love Aleister Black. Do I want to put him in best of the best? So just a little refresher. We've got best of the best, we've got very good, we've got fine, we've got not good, and we've got trash. The place you don't want to be, which I've color-coded as it should be. Red on the bottom, green on the top. This tier list site does it the opposite way. So we're starting things off with Aleister Black. I'm not going to put him in best of the best just because, again, I said I wasn't going to incorporate all booking into it, but Aleister Black hasn't done anything in ages. He's starting to do the vignettes again, so I'm very happy. If it was based on, like, all my personal opinion, I'd throw him in best of the best. But we're going to put him in very good because I think he's very good, and I think he's a future world champion. He's got the potential to be world champion. He's just so interesting. And hopefully this new character that they're taking him to, hopefully it works when it comes to actually presenting him, when it comes to, you know, say, like, the entrance, the theme, the in-ring stuff. So hopefully. This is interesting. Angelo Dawkins, one half of the Street Profits. We're going to put Angelo Dawkins in fine. I'm going to consider this fine / good. Because in Angelo Dawkins' case, he is good. He's certainly not bad. But when he's standing next to Montez Ford, he's just Angelo Dawkins. In fact, we'll put Angelo Dawkins in very good, because we're going to go get Montez Ford now. We'll do the Street Profits all at once, going out of order a bit. Montez Ford isn't the best. I know they're a team, and I like to put the team in the same category, but Montez Ford is just on a whole nother level. If they ever break up, we know who the Michaels is going to be. We know who the Jannetty is going to be. Sorry, Angelo. You're very good still. You're good. You've definitely improved in the ring. But when you're standing next to Montez Ford, it's going, yeah. Montez Ford is doing his thing, then it's just your tier below. Apollo Crews, this one's interesting. Very good in the ring. And as of about a few months ago, before this whole Nigerian thing, I couldn't give two craps about him because he was just there, and every once in a while he was on TV, and he'd put on a fun little match, and he'd probably lose that match. But ever since his character change, it's not the best thing ever. The Nigerian accent, I don't know how I feel about it, but he's definitely up there. We're going to put him in very good. Aleister Black and Apollo Crews on the same level in 2021. What a state. Bayley. Where else do we put her but the best? Face Bayley, I didn't really care for. Heel Bayley, and especially pandemic heel Bayley, one of the best things in the company. What more can I say? That whole SmackDown Women's title reign, the feud with Sasha Banks, the stuff with Bianca Belair has been fun. It's just, anything Bayley does is incredible. Speaking of her, Bianca Belair. We'll put Bianca Belair in the best too. I was gonna say we'll throw in very good just because, you know, she's not as established as Bayley, but this is WWE using an NXT star right. Bianca Belair comes up to the main roster. Didn't she come up after WrestleMania 36 for a little bit? Started off rough on Raw, but then she went to SmackDown, won the Women's Rumble, won the Women's title at WrestleMania. Again, just like Bayley, Bianca Belair is so unique. She's just, I mean, obviously the hair speaks for itself, but she's just so good in the ring. She's just sort of mesmerizing to watch. And Byron Saxton's on here for some reason, because according to WWE.com, we've still got Byron Saxton, we've still got Corey Graves on the SmackDown roster, but no Pat McAfee. And I decided we're going to put commentators on here for some reason, and Byron Saxton, he's on Raw, right? Byron Saxton's fine. I don't hate Byron Saxton as much as most people do. I think he's fine, especially the Kofi Mania stuff a couple years ago. He was incredible there. He's not horrible. I guess he makes for a good punching bag for people like Corey Graves to, you know, just assault when it comes to verbal stuff. So he's fine, he's not horrible, but he's definitely not my favorite commentator. Cesaro! We're going to throw Cesaro in the best. As of recording, this is probably going to be uploaded the 21st. This is the 20th at 10 o'clock at night in my very humid garage when I'm recording this. Cesaro has just faced Roman Reigns in the main event of WrestleMania Backlash. Just like I said for Big E, he's Cesaro, one of the best wrestlers in the world, finally being utilized to his full potential in WWE. I cannot wait for him to be world champion. I assume and I hope he'll be world champion one day in WWE. If I was to be doing this a year ago, I'd say he's probably not going to be world champion as much as I want him to be. But now, WWE finally have strapped the rocket to him. He's not going to beat Roman anytime soon, but hopefully within the next couple years, we'll see Cesaro as a world champion. Chad Gable, or Shorty G. He's not Shorty G anymore, but, you know, it's just fun to throw back to that. Chad Gable, Chad Gable's very good. Chad Gable's one of those people that if you just let the dude wrestle, then he's the next Kurt Angle, I'd say. He's a wrestling machine. He's obviously, you know, has got the legitimate amateur background. He's very, very good in the ring. He's just like Kurt Angle was back in the day. He's pretty funny. I wouldn't say he's as funny as Kurt Angle was, but he's got the humor to him. He's just got the nice underdog mentality behind him. You want to get behind him. And, you know, the stuff with Otis isn't really working for me. It's fine. It's just, I want to see Chad Gable be like a wrestling machine, and I want to see Otis being Otis. We'll get to Otis later on. Corey Graves, who is on Raw right now, but WWE.com clearly don't know how to upgrade it. Corey Graves is an interesting one. I'm going to go Corey Graves, and very good. As I have 28 minutes of battery life left, we better be hurrying this tier list along. People seem to not like Corey Graves. I don't think Corey Graves is the best, but I think Corey Graves is nice. I think he knows what he's talking about, and there's certainly a lot more commentators out there that are a lot worse than Corey Graves. We're going to put Dolph Ziggler in very good. If this was done like a year or so ago, then Dolph Ziggler would have been fine, because he's just Dolph Ziggler. He's obviously a great wrestler, but many people say this, but Survivor Series 2014 was like the last time we all wanted to get behind Dolph Ziggler. It was like a 3-on-1 or so in the whole Team Cena versus Team Authority match. So, but the Dirty Dog stuff I'm really enjoying. They just lost the titles. Hopefully they don't split them up soon. And again, as of like a year ago, Ziggler and Rude were just another one of them dumb thrown together teams. But now I like the Dirty Dog. Greg Hamilton, the ring announcer. We've got some ring announcers and commentators, and I don't know about backstage interviewers on here. I just put some of the main ones on here. Greg Hamilton, I'm going to put him in the best. I think Greg Hamilton is probably the best ring announcer in wrestling today. He's very good. What more do you say? I think Greg Hamilton's very, very good. The Usos. The Usos, in my opinion, are one of the best tag teams in the world, and they happen to be in alphabetical order on this list, so we'll just throw them both up in the best. Obviously, the Usos were one of my favorite tag teams in the world. They probably would have been in the best if it was, you know, before the whole pandemic and then before the whole Jey Uso singles thing. But then the whole main event Jey Uso, the alliance with Roman Reigns, the feud with Roman Reigns, and then now Jimmy coming back, Jimmy signaling a feud with Roman, signaling a feud with Jey, this stuff. It's just so compelling, in my opinion, the whole Roman and Jey and Jimmy and Cesaro and Bryan and Edge and just the whole SmackDown main event scene is probably my favorite thing going in wrestling today, and the Usos are just incredible. Kevin Owens. The best is going to be filling up. We're going to put Kevin Owens in the best. Kevin Owens has always been there. He's so good at doing the comedy. He's so good at being a serious heel that you want to boo. He's so good at being, you know, an underdog babyface that you want to cheer. He's just so hilarious naturally. It's not forced. Obviously, he's very, very good in the ring. He's just... I want to see Kevin Owens as world champion again within the next year or so. King Corbin. Oh, boy. King Corbin, we're going to put in very good. I know y'all are going to hate me for this, but the reason why we all hate King Corbin is because he's doing his job right. He's a heel that you hate, and nowadays in wrestling, if somebody's being a heel, they're almost probably the right way, where you just genuinely don't like them and you don't want to see them win, they're doing their job right. Corbin, he's not the best in the ring. He doesn't have any flashy moves. He's just so hateable, but in all the right ways. All the people in the world, when it comes to being heels, people seem to think to be a good heel, you have to be super, like, likable. And, like, that's not what a heel should be. You should want to hate the heel. Michael Cole. We're gonna put Michael Cole in the middle. He's not, I don't think he's as bad as people say. He is definitely sometimes unbearable, but he's been there for so long. He's had some good calls. The heist of the century, I think that was him. And it's not necessarily his fault. When, like, I remember he was doing the UK tournament. When you just let Michael Cole call a match, he can call a match and he'll be fine. He won't be super, like, best commentator ever, Jim Ross or anything. But he's still good. But when he's yelling, the big dog, and it's boss time, and all that stuff, then, like, I almost want to stick my fingers down my eyes. Okay, I had to cut that a little bit just so I can make sure it's all lined up, because I just zoomed out on the computer itself. Natalya. We're going to put Natalya we're going to pretend this tier says good, because some of them is in fine, some of them it's good. Natalya is good. I'm going to put Natalya in very good. Just because she's been one of the best women's wrestlers for the past decade, and she's been there. She was there in the Divas, you know, not necessarily bra and panty stages, but in the, you guys get 3 minutes max, go do your thing. And yet Natalya's still proven to be one of the best women's wrestlers in the world, even if sometimes she's unbearable. Otis! If this was done around the whole Otis-Dolph Ziggler feud, and maybe the Otis when he won the Money in the Bank, I would put Otis in the best. But we're going to drop him down a tier. We're going to put Otis in very good. Just because the stuff with Gable, he's just becoming your stereotypical big boy monster heel. And if it leads to Otis turning on Gable, realizing Gable is just using him, and he goes back to being the lovable Otis and all that good stuff, then put him back in the best. But for now, he's still just very good, very entertaining. Paul Heyman. Where else do you put Paul Heyman but the best? Answer me that. There's literally nowhere else to put him. I don't see how you can make an argument for anything under best. That's it. Rey Mysterio. Again, same thing. Who was it that I said this for? I think it might have been for Big E. If it's the stuff that they're doing now, Rey Mysterio's not doing like the best right now. He's still very good. But I mean, he's Rey Mysterio. We're going to throw Rey Mysterio in the best. You can't just not put him in the best. Roman Reigns. My computer again is at 14%. I'm going to try not to ramble on about this. Roman Reigns is in the best. We're going to put him at the top, although I'm not ranking him individually. Roman Reigns is my favorite thing in wrestling today. I want to get a Roman Reigns shirt. I want to get one of the Acknowledge Me's or Show Up and Win or Stack 'em, Smash 'em, Pin 'em, whatever his shirts are. I want to get one because they're really good. In my opinion, Roman Reigns is the best, the best character and everything in wrestling right now. Everything involving Roman Reigns, I think, is the best thing in WWE, in NXT, in AEW, whatever. When I watch wrestling, I'm compelled by Roman every single week, and he's clearly doing something right. Sami Zayn, we're going to throw Sami Zayn in the best. Sami Zayn obviously is one of the best wrestlers in the world. He's been nailing it ever since he came back. He came back, what was it, last August, last September, something like that? He came back, the whole Intercontinental title thing, the whole conspiracy thing, and then the whole documentary thing wasn't as good, but he's just Sami Zayn. He's very, very good. Sasha Banks. She's going to go to the very top, and I'm looking at the rest of this tier. I don't think we're going to get anybody in the bottom two tiers. Sasha Banks, we're going to put Sasha Banks in the best. Again, I think she is one of the best women's wrestlers in the world. I think it's probably between her and Charlotte, probably. My voice just cracked a little. Seth Rollins. We're going to put Seth Rollins in the best. It's almost just boring at this point because everybody's just so good on SmackDown. The Monday Night Messiah gimmick was good. He's on SmackDown. The savior of SmackDown or whatever isn't as good. But I mean, Seth Rollins has got the drip. That's deserving of the best. This one's a hard one. Shinsuke Nakamura. We're not going to put Shinsuke Nakamura in the best. We're going to put him in very good. Obviously, Shinsuke Nakamura is one of the best wrestlers in the world. He's one of the most, captivating wrestlers to watch. But he's just not doing anything. And it's not your fault that you're not in the best. But he's just one of those people that I want to put in the best, but something just tells me I can't just because of the way that he's being portrayed. And finally, as Ross Tweddell from Cultaholic Wrestling would say, choo-choo, the Tamina train. If this was done, maybe even a couple months ago, I think she would have been in the bottom two tiers. Maybe not good. Nothing against her, but she's just not good. But we're going to up her to fine. And again, in this situation, it resembles good. Next tier list, we'll do fine/good. The Tamina stuff with, just the tea with Natalya, I didn't care about it first. And then the WrestleMania match, I predicted them, so I was invested in it. And also the crowd really wanted Tamina and Natalya to win, which ultimately led to Tamina and Natalya winning the tag titles last week on SmackDown. It's just crazy. Tamina's not in a bottom two tier. I never thought I'd be saying that, but there you have it. Not a single superstar, ring announcer, commentator, whatever from SmackDown is in the bottom two tiers. They're all at least good. And I guess that's it. I thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this tier list video, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I'm going to try and hit up all the rosters. Maybe AEW. I want to do AEW, but I don't know with the whole everybody getting copyright strikes and stuff. So I'll see about AEW. We'll do the NXT roster. We'll do some more, maybe for title belts or whatever. Leave your suggestions in the comments below. Whatever you do, I'll try and do them in the near future. So I thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button. I love you if you ever hit subscribe. Tier list videos, reaction videos, predictions videos, all that good stuff. I thank you guys for watching. Stay safe out there, stay positive, and I'll see you guys in the next one.